Hi guys, welcome back to my channel A Blooming Girly, where books, life abroad and real life stories come together. If you love deep read, honest reviews and reflection of books into real life, then make sure to subscribe to my channel A Blooming Girly and join a little reading community. So today I'm here with another book, and the book is A Thousand Splendid Suns. The book is by Khaled Hosseini. This is basically my third book written by him, and I have to say that I love this book and his writing as well. Khaled Hosseini is a great writer, and he was born in Afghanistan in Kabul, and he moved, and now I think he lives in California. But his writing are so beautiful, and you have to read it. I'm going to explain this book briefly, not in detail, and I'll give you an outlook, and you can decide on yourself if you want to read this book or not. In A Thousand Splendid Suns, we follow Mariam and Leila. Though their life were different, but they fall together in the war-torn Afghanistan. As we know until today how the situations in Afghanistan is, and way back it was even worse, and the life was totally unimaginable. The story revolves around the situations in Afghanistan from decades, the upheaval, the oppression, the survival, all of it in this book compiled, and you will feel it to your soul. This is a story not only about the war, but it is also about humanity, resilience, and the unbreakable bond between women. So the story starts very normally, and it will give you a power to imagine as much as possible. You will see how beautifully the writer has written two different characters, how they were born and brought up, but how the destiny, the situation of war bring them together, and they had to go kind of through the same misery. The story starts with Mariam. She lives in a place called Herat, and then she got married. The story is very up and down, up and down. I'm speaking and I'm getting goosebumps while reading as well. It was so sad. But this book was not only sad, to me it gave hope. I mean, the war was for both male and female, but the amount of suffering that female been through in this book, or in general in Afghanistan, it was very sad. This book will have number of emotional moments where you will feel so helpless that you can't do anything. You just read and go through that emotion. You feel so sad. But the book is so nicely written, then there are some good moments. Those little moments will make you feel joyful. You will be like, okay, this was so sad, but okay, this little thing is making me happy as well. Equally happy as the character in the book. This book made me feel a lot of feelings. I felt at point shocked, at point I felt really sad, at point I felt motivated, and I felt inspired at point when I saw those women even being in those miserably bad situation, how they deal with them, how they still survived. I mean, you read it and you're like, you would never survive all those situations. There is a brief moment in this book when the woman, I mean these kids, when they grow up and then they were made to wear burqa. The situation means a lot to me. That was the first time they were kind of in the chains, you would say, or the society tried to trap them like birds. And there were moments when they said that the first time when they wore a burqa, it was like, okay, I don't want this, I could not see anything outside. But then there were times when they actually felt comfortable inside them, when the evil gaze outside, all the bad things happening around, kind of at that moment it felt like a protective shield. And then people cannot see her, but she can see everything. It was a very weird feeling, to be honest. Mariam is a kid and she lives with her mother in a place called Herat, and there she lived for 15 years. She has a father, and she was kind of an illegitimate child of his father who doesn't accept her. And one day she decides to run back to the place, to his father's place, and her life turns upside down. After the events that happened that you will read in the book, I'm not going to tell you that, and she ends up being in Kabul. Kabul, her new place. And she thought that, okay, this is the new place, I'll have a new life, and I've left a lot of things behind. She has regrets and sadness, but now this is life, and she hoped for the best, and she gave herself into it. He gave everything she had, and life didn't turn out that well. And then the war happened. Like every now and then Taliban took over, and people's life were just like toys. They were just bombing every now and then. Then in between, I mean, in the story, you will feel like, okay, the Maryam part is going away, and then comes Leila. So Leila is another character who also lives in Kabul. She has been born and brought up in a family. Her father was a teacher. So she ends up getting educated a bit. So she knows little bit about the world. She's been to school, but then again, the Taliban end up spoiling everything. The schools were shut, the females were put into the houses and not allowed to go out. While I was reading the book, and all the rules and regulations the Talibans they made for women, like you have to wear burqa, you cannot move out without a male person from your family, especially long distance. There is a curfew time, you have to be inside your house after a certain time, like maybe 7 p.m. or something. You cannot go out, you cannot work. I mean, life was so terrible. And to be honest, I feel so much suffocated just reading the book. Imagine how these women actually lived there and have lived that life, losing their families, seeing dead bodies here and there, and then still living there with those rules, getting beaten up every now and then. It was so scary, so suffocating. I still get goosebumps saying that and reading that. I think you would love the book if you love deep reading. I mean, the book is really deep. But the book is not only sad, I said. I felt a lot of emotion. I felt inspired at times. And there are not only sad things, there are some positive moments that will keep you balanced while reading the book. And I really love these kind of writing, which is not only sad, but there are points of hope. I mean, this is not, not real life story. I mean, yeah, people have been through such stories, but I love something is that there is still some hope. Things can be better. And people who have been through, who could have just left everything behind just to save their lives and families, they again come back to their place where they were born. They have this emotional connection to their place and they come back. This is the resilience. This is the love to your land, I guess. I mean, I'm here in Germany living abroad, left my family behind. I can feel how the feeling of leaving your home feels like. There's so many points in this book where I was in tears, sobbing, but still reading. And especially in the end, I mean, I could not stop myself. I finished like 100 or something pages in a day. I could not stop myself from reading, and I was literally in tears. It was such a nice book. The way Khaled Hosseini writes, the vivid description, the emotional depth of the book is another level. So I have read 3 of the books by Khaled Hosseini: A Thousand Splendid Suns, and The Mountain E-Code, and The Kite Runner. And among the 3, I think I like The Mountain E-Code a little lesser, but this book and The Kite Runner, I could not compare which one I liked more. I mean, they're both very beautifully written. That was The Misery of a Child, but was less related to the war, but this was very much in depth to the war, and you can feel it. It was super nice. I cannot recommend you enough. Please read this book and let me know in the comment how did you like it. So yeah, that was my review. We will come soon with another book, but for now, read this book and let me know in the comment box how did you guys like the book. So yeah, that was the review of the book. Until next time, keep reading, keep blooming and growing. Bye bye.